Welcome, brave souls, to 101 Ghost Stories. I'm Greg, and tonight, we embark on a chilling journey through the top 6 most haunted churches in the United Kingdom. These ancient places of worship, shrouded in history and mystery, hold secrets that refuse to be silenced. From ghostly monks wandering graveyards to unexplained whispers echoing through empty chapels, these churches have witnessed centuries of faith and fear. Before we begin, a huge thank you to all our amazing subscribers. If you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to join our growing community of ghost seekers. And at the end of this journey, let us know, have you visited any of these places? Did you encounter something unexplainable? Share your stories in the comments below. Now, gather your courage, dim the lights, and prepare to explore the most haunted churches the UK has to offer. Let's begin. Haunted Church number 6, St. Mary's Church, Clophill, Bedfordshire. Our first stop takes us to Bedfordshire, to the infamous ruins of St. Mary's Church in Clophill. This 14th century church, perched on a lonely hilltop, has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted places in England. Once a place of peace and prayer, St. Mary's has now become a hotspot for dark rituals, ghost sightings, and paranormal investigations. The church was abandoned in the mid-1800s, and by the 1960s, it gained notoriety when it became the site of satanic rituals. Locals claimed that gravestones were overturned, coffins were exhumed, and strange symbols were painted on the crumbling walls. Some witnesses even reported seeing shadowy figures wearing hoods, performing rituals under the light of the full moon. But it's not just rumors. Paranormal investigators and visitors to the church have shared chilling stories. People often hear faint whispers in Latin, footsteps echoing through the empty ruins, and disembodied screams that pierce the cold night air. One of the most disturbing encounters comes from a visitor who claimed to see the ghost of a faceless monk standing near a shattered gravestone. As they approached, the figure simply dissolved into the mist. To this day, St. Mary's Church remains a dark and unsettling place, attracting thrill seekers and ghost hunters alike. Whether it's the desecration of sacred ground or something older lurking here, one thing is certain. This ruined church is alive with a presence that refuses to be forgotten. Haunted Church number 5, St. Nicholas Church, Pluckley, Kent. Next, we travel to the village of Pluckley in Kent, often dubbed the most haunted village in England. At its heart lies St. Nicholas Church, a building that dates back to the 13th century and has become synonymous with spine-chilling tales of the supernatural. The churchyard of St. Nicholas is said to be haunted by not one, but several restless spirits. Among the most famous is the Red Lady, believed to be the ghost of a noblewoman buried in the church. Legend has it that she roams the graveyard at night, clutching a red rose, searching for something or someone she lost long ago. Locals claim that they have seen her ghostly figure glowing faintly in the moonlight, disappearing into thin air as they approach. Another spectral presence is the White Lady, thought to be connected to a nearby manor. Visitors often report seeing her gliding silently between the gravestones, her flowing white dress trailing behind her. Some say she leaves behind an icy chill that lingers long after she's gone. But the hauntings don't end there. Inside the church, visitors have reported hearing faint, sorrowful sobbing echoing through the pews, even when the church is empty. One chilling story involves a parishioner who stayed late to lock up. As they turned to leave, they glimpsed a figure sitting in one of the back pews. When they approached to speak, the figure vanished before their eyes. Is it the spirits of the Red Lady and White Lady? Or are there more lingering souls connected to this ancient church? For those brave enough to visit, St. Nicholas Church stands as a silent witness to centuries of history, grief, and perhaps unfinished business. Haunted Church number 4, St. Botolph's Church, Skidbrooke, Lincolnshire. Our next chilling stop takes us to St. Botolph's Church in Skidbrooke, Lincolnshire, a remote and crumbling church that has earned the nickname the Demon Church. Dating back to the 13th century, this isolated building, surrounded by overgrown grass and weathered gravestones, feels frozen in time. Yet something far darker seems to linger here. St. Botolph's was officially abandoned in the 1970s, but locals say it has never truly been empty. Over the years, it became a magnet for those dabbling in the occult. Visitors have frequently reported evidence of dark rituals, including pentagrams etched into the stone floors, melted candles, and strange symbols scrawled across the walls. Paranormal investigators claim that these practices may have awakened something sinister within the ancient walls. The church is notorious for its chilling atmosphere. Visitors report hearing low growls echoing in the empty space, footsteps pacing the aisles when no one is there, and a sudden sensation of being watched. One particularly terrifying story comes from a group of ghost hunters who spent the night here. As they explored the building, they heard a voice whisper, "Get out," followed by the sound of a door slamming. Yet there was no door, and no one else was in sight. Perhaps the most unsettling accounts involve shadowy figures moving in the dark. These tall, black shapes, some say they resemble cloaked monks, have been seen gliding silently across the floor or standing motionless near the altar. Some visitors have even reported an overwhelming sense of dread, as if something unseen was pressing down on their chest, urging them to leave. Whether it's the result of ancient energies, desecrated ground, or occult interference, St. Botolph's Church is not a place for the faint of heart. Those brave enough to visit often leave with more questions than answers, and a lingering chill that stays with them long after they've gone. Haunted Church number 3, St. Mary's Church, Prestbury, Gloucestershire. We now arrive at St. Mary's Church in Prestbury, Gloucestershire, a quiet and picturesque parish church that hides a darker side. Prestbury itself is known as one of the most haunted villages in England, and its beloved St. Mary's Church is at the heart of its ghostly reputation. This beautiful medieval church has stood for centuries, its history entwined with mystery and loss. The most famous spirit said to haunt St. Mary's is known as the Black Abbot, a figure who has terrified villagers for generations. Descriptions of this ghostly monk are eerily consistent. A tall, hooded figure dressed in black robes, who appears silently and disappears just as suddenly. The Black Abbot is most often seen around the church grounds, particularly near the graveyard. Witnesses have reported spotting him gliding through the headstones at dusk, his form faintly illuminated by the setting sun. Others have seen him walking through the cloisters or standing at the church door before fading into thin air. It is said that he appears most frequently around Easter, Christmas, and All Hallows' Eve, as though he is bound to the church's ancient rituals. But the hauntings don't stop there. Visitors inside the church have heard the faint rustling of robes behind them, only to turn and find nothing but an empty aisle. Others report hearing footsteps echo through the stone corridors, or feeling an icy chill as though someone, or something, has passed right by them. One chilling story comes from a church warden who was locking up one evening. As they turned the key, they saw a shadow move across the stained glass window from the inside. Thinking someone had been left behind, they re-entered the church, only to find it completely empty. Yet they couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Legends say the Black Abbot is the spirit of a monk who once served the church centuries ago, possibly tied to some tragic or unresolved fate. Whether he is guarding the church or searching for redemption, his presence has become an enduring part of Prestbury's haunted history. From shadowy figures to whispers of the past, St. Mary's Church remains a place where the veil between the living and the dead feels perilously thin. Haunted Church number 2, St. Mary's Church, Burpham, West Sussex. Our journey now takes us to St. Mary's Church in Burpham, West Sussex, a small, serene village with an unsettling secret. This ancient church, perched on a hill overlooking the River Arun, has stood for over 1,000 years, its origins tracing back to the Saxon era. Yet, despite its idyllic surroundings, St. Mary's has become infamous for ghostly encounters and whispers of a dark presence lurking in its shadow. The most chilling tale involves the ghost of a young woman, often seen wandering the graveyard at dusk. Locals refer to her as the White Lady of Burpham. Legend has it that she was a bride-to-be who died tragically on her wedding day. Some say she was jilted at the altar, while others whisper of a fatal accident along the riverbank. Her spirit is said to roam the grounds, searching eternally for her lost love. Witnesses describe seeing a pale figure in a flowing white gown moving silently among the gravestones, only to vanish when approached. Another spine-tingling encounter centers on the church tower. Visitors climbing its narrow steps often report hearing faint footsteps following them, though no one else is inside. Some brave souls claim to have glimpsed a shadowy figure at the top of the staircase, standing motionless, watching them climb, before disappearing into the darkness. Paranormal investigators have also documented unexplained sounds within the church itself. Whispers echo from empty pews, strange knocks reverberate through the stone walls, and the faint sobbing of a woman can sometimes be heard near the altar. One unnerving incident recounts a late-night visitor who attempted to take photos inside the church. To their shock, the images revealed a ghostly figure standing near the doorway, a figure that had not been there when the photo was taken. Whether it's the restless spirit of the White Lady or the echoes of centuries past, St. Mary's Church in Burpham is a place where the silence feels heavy, as though the air itself remembers. Visitors often leave with a lingering chill, as though something unseen had followed them down the hill and into the village below. Haunted Church Number 1, St. Mary's Church, Whitby, North Yorkshire. And now, we arrive at St. Mary's Church in Whitby, North Yorkshire, a location that could easily be the setting of a Gothic novel. Perched atop the windswept East Cliff and overlooking the North Sea, this 12th-century church stands in the shadow of the Whitby Abbey ruins, a place forever entwined with ghostly legends and dark tales. St. Mary's Church is perhaps most famous for its connection to Bram Stoker's Dracula. The iconic novel describes Whitby as the landing place of Count Dracula, in the form of a black dog, runs up the 199 steps that lead to the church and graveyard. It's no wonder, then, that visitors to St. Mary's often feel as though they've walked straight into a horror story. The churchyard is home to weathered gravestones, many of which date back centuries, their inscriptions worn smooth by the salty sea air. Visitors walking among them have reported seeing shadowy figures moving between the headstones, often accompanied by sudden cold spots and the feeling of being watched. Some even claim to have seen glowing eyes peering out from the dark corners of the graveyard, a chilling reminder of the legends that surround this haunted site. Inside the church, the atmosphere is no less eerie. The interior, with its wooden pews and ancient walls, holds a heavy silence that seems to amplify every creak and whisper. Some visitors recount hearing phantom footsteps pacing the aisles, while others have reported the sound of low, guttural laughter, an unsettling noise that seems to come from nowhere. Perhaps the most terrifying accounts involve a ghostly monk said to haunt the churchyard. Witnesses describe a tall, robed figure gliding silently among the graves at night, his face hidden beneath his hood. Some locals believe this spirit is a guardian of the grounds, while others fear he is tied to some dark secret buried long ago. The legends surrounding St. Mary's Church are as enduring as the stone walls that hold its history. From its connection to Dracula to the countless ghostly sightings, this church has earned its reputation as one of the most haunted places in the United Kingdom. Those brave enough to climb the 199 steps and explore the grounds often leave with a sense of unease, as though the spirits of Whitby are watching, waiting, just beyond the veil of the living. And there you have it, the top 6 most haunted churches in the United Kingdom, each one a place where the living and the dead seem to collide. From shadowy monks to ghostly brides, these churches hold stories that have stood the test of time, passed down through generations. If you visited any of these churches, or if you live near one, we'd love to hear your stories. Drop your experiences in the comments below, and let us know if you felt a chill or spotted something unexplained. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to 101 Ghost Stories for more tales of terror from around the world. Until next time, stay curious and watch your step in the dark.